Hi guys, welcome to Positive Outcome. I am really excited to share this time with you guys, and thank you for signing up for this class. I am so excited that we have this time together. I want to say that I am so passionate about this topic that we're going to talk about tonight. So I really appreciate you taking your time to come and spend time with us here at Positive Outcome. All right? So let me know where you guys are logging in from. I know that we have so many people logging in. So please let me know where you guys are logging in from, right? I would love to hear from you guys. This show is pre-recorded, and the reason why it's pre-recorded is because I want to reach out to so many people. I had so many people wanting to be part of this, people from Africa, Canada, a lot of them, of course, in the United States of America. So I wanted to make it available for anyone that wants to be part of this. All right. But I'm here with you guys online watching this. So please comment and let me know where you are from. Okay. So thank you. Before I start, I just want to reintroduce myself to you guys. I know you guys are already part of Positive Outcome, and that's why I'm calling you guys Positive Outcomers. But I wanted to say something about me. I go by Doreen, and I've been in the United States of America for about 25 years. I came here when I was a teenager, went to school, and I finished my pharmacy school, and I had a master's in business administration. So I have my doctorate in pharmacy degree and a master's in business administration. I am married to my lovely, supportive husband, and I have 5 beautiful children. Okay, and they form part of Positive Outcomes. So I finished school and I was really excited. And I said, I'm done. That is it. I'm going to be a manager. I had an MBA. But coming to find out, I feel like I have actually grown and studied even more after school. Why do I say that? I cannot count how many certifications I have on personal development, coaching, leadership. Right? I am a leadership expert with the John Maxwell company. I'm actually an executive director for the company as we speak. And in my personal life, right, when I finished pharmacy school, I went in immediately to be a supervisor, then a manager, then a director, then a senior director of operations or administrator. So I am not only teaching it, I am living it. I currently have over 100 staff members under me. So I'm not only teaching this, I live it every day. I wake up every day and I go to work and I learn and I grow every single day, right? I also went to Bible school, so I'm also a minister of the gospel. And last year, actually, I took some financial classes and I just passed my certification to be a financial counselor. Why am I saying all of this? Because learning for me is a lifestyle. Learning for me is a journey. Right? So I am so happy you're here. So join me. Come on in. Let us learn together. This topic of personal growth is just part of me and I love it. Have you ever tried to Google what personal growth is? I tried it right before this class and it had 44.5 million entries. Million entries. But today we're going to talk based on one of the toppest leadership gurus in the world, John C. Maxwell. John Maxwell wrote this book called The 15 Laws of Growth. Tonight, I will be teaching on just 2 of those laws. So you should have received your worksheet in your email. Please refer to it. I will let you know when it's time for us to use the worksheet. All right? So come on, let's get into it. Now, I personally believe that everyone is unique. Do you agree? Do you agree that every single one of us is very, very unique? And also, no one ever reaches their full potential. What do you guys think? No one ever. What do I mean by that? There is always a better tomorrow. There's always room for improvement and room for growth. So I am taking notes. We are learning together. So as we go through this, take out your paper and your pen and write down some notes. Let's grow together, right? So if I ask you this question, what do you want out of life? We are in a growth class, right? What do you want out of life? I remember when I was younger, I used to think about, I can't wait to get married. I can't wait to have a job. I can't wait to have kids. Then what? You know, even when I had all of this, I said, I can't wait to be in the position that I am right now. I have the toppest position in my state. I used to even cover 2 states. Then the company got bigger and bigger. I have $1 million budget, $1 million that I run right now. Then what after that, right? So we are always aspiring for something new. Even though I'm in my current position, I still want to grow. I still want to get to the next level. So keep this in your mind as we are going through this class. What do you want out of life? What do you want to get out of this life, of this living, okay? We're going to be sharing screens as I'm talking, so I'll be talking while you're also looking at the screen. That way we can share the information together, right? So if you look on your screen right now, it says, what will you attempt to do if you knew you were going to fail? If you know that if I do this, I am going to fail, are you still going to do it? Think about it. Some of you will say, yeah. Some of you will say, oh no, why am I even going to try it if I know I'm going to fail, right? But this is why we are in this class tonight, to answer some questions like this. What will you attempt to do if you know that you're going to fail? You know, Zig Ziglar, someone that I really love and admire so much, he wrote this, and it's on your screen. It says, a goal that is casually set is freely abandoned at the first obstacle. For example, if you say, I want to open a business, and then you find out that you have to do a business plan, and you've never done it before. That is an obstacle, right? Guess what? If you did not intentionally set that goal, you just casually said you want to open a business, the first obstacle of making a business plan shows up, you're done. You are not doing that business anymore, right? And that's why we are in this class, to intentionally make things happen. Now, let me ask us this question. One thing I want to say before I ask this question is that pain is natural. We cannot avoid it. Pain is something that we naturally avoid. That's what I meant to say. Pain is something that we naturally don't want to happen to us. We naturally don't want pain. We naturally don't want to deal with pain. But guess what? It is unavoidable. Although we don't want to deal with pain, pain is unavoidable. All right, let me ask you guys this question. I know I'm not seeing you guys, but wherever you are, put your hands up, okay? Who loves pain? I'm sure nobody put their hands up, right? Okay, let me make it better. Who likes pain? I'm sure no one else did put their hand up, right? So nobody want to deal with pain. We just want to avoid it, right? But we're going to learn tonight why that sometimes is what we need. The law of intentional growth, it means that growth doesn't just happen. Maybe some of the things that we are avoiding is what we need to actually grow. Growing yourself, growing others, leading others, growing a business, growing a company, wherever you find yourself in, that growth would not just happen. And that's why I keep saying, do we want to go through life or do we want to grow through life? Pain will happen. It is unavoidable. But we have to be intentional to learn through the pain and to grow through the pain. So growth has to be very, very intentional. Now, let's talk about some things regarding growth, right? Growth is all happiness. Growth is fulfilling. Growth gives you a sense of fulfilling. Growth is a byproduct of happiness. Growth is a side effect of getting to a goal. You know, when you're growing, you are excited because you're growing to be that person that you want to be. You're growing to that project. You're growing to that position. You're growing to that desire. You're growing to your goal. So growth is happiness. And guess what? Sustainable growth is success. Growth is happiness and sustainable growth is success. Meaning that, like I said, I finished school some 18 years ago, but I've been learning ever since then. I'm sustaining my growth intentionally, right? I'm sustaining my growth intentionally. So we have to put an effort. We are putting effort and we are not always only thinking about the results. For us to get to the results, we have to put an effort into growing, all right? So what actions are you taking today as I'm talking towards your desire towards your desire plan to grow or your desired results, what action are you taking? Right? As I'm teaching, I want us to think about that. Growth brings happiness. Sustainable growth brings success. Okay? Now, on happiness, this is something I really want us to understand tonight. Unhappiness is not knowing what we want and killing ourselves to get it. Meaning that you are unhappy when you don't know what you want, but you want to get it. What are you trying to get when you don't know what you want? Have you seen unhappy people? They're always doing something. They're always striving for something. They're always trying to do something, but guess what? They have not stopped to decide, what do I want, right? So unhappiness is people that they want to get something, but they don't know what they want to get. So they're all over the place, no structure, no intention, and they're just going, right? So when you grow intentionally, you're a normal, natural, happy person. And when you sustain it, it leads to success. So if you're in a position where you're not happy doing what you're doing, pause and assess it. Do you know what you want? Do you know your results? Do you know your endpoint? How are you getting there? All right? If you plan on being anything less than you are capable of being, you will probably be unhappy all the days of your life. I love this. If you plan on being anything less than who you are capable, less than the seed of potential inside of you, less than the seed of greatness inside of you, if you plan to be anything less than that, guys, you will probably be unhappy. Because there's something that wants to grow inside of you. There's something that wants to come out inside of you. There's a capacity inside of you that wants to come out. There's a seed that wants to come out. If you plan to be anything less than that, you are going to be an unhappy person. So arise. Believe that you can do it and grow that seed inside of you. And you're doing that. You've taken the first step by joining us tonight, right? The sad thing about human beings is that human beings are the only species that don't innately strive to reach their full potential. Look at the tree outside. I've done so many videos. I've done so many videos about the seed, right? The seed, when you put it inside, it thrives, it wants to grow, nothing can stop it. But human beings, we are so innate. We need a lot of empowerment and pushing to get there, which is a little bit really, really sad. But we have to push, guys. We have to push to grow daily. We have to push to grow daily to come out of our comfort zone. We have to push to grow, okay? And this issue of choices, you know, choices. The philosophy about choices, you know, it's like a double-edged sword. You can make good choices or you can make bad choices. The choice is yours. And today I'm here to do what? Let us intentionally choose to take the action to grow, because we are gifted with that ability to make choices. We are gifted with that ability to make a decision, the freedom to choose, the freedom to act. So tonight, exercise your freedom. That as you leave this class, you will make the choice to grow daily, just like I did. It's been 18 years since I finished, since I became a doctor of pharmacy, and since I had a master's in business administration. But like I told you guys, I have been learning ever since then. Every single year, I have a certificate to my name. I have a seminar to my name. I have another license to my name. I am constantly growing. Okay? All right. You know, most people want to tiptoe in life. They want to just make it through. Any little obstacle, they're done. They just tiptoe. They live one boring life until they come to an end. I don't want that to be you guys, positive outcomers. We're going to make it through life with our intention, with a sense of fulfillment, with a sense to get to a place of significance. We will not tiptoe in life. We will not tiptoe in life, okay? So, and that's why we are here. Now, I'm going to ask the same question I asked at the beginning of this class. I said, what will you do if you knew you will fail? Remember I asked that question, right? What will you do if you knew you will fail, but it could lead to success? I added a bit to it. I'm sure that a lot of people that said, I can do it. Now say I can, because I added the second part of the sentence that says, but it could lead to success. And that's the secret, guys. A lot of our success in life comes from those failures. A lot of our life lessons come from those failures. A lot of our growth and desire and achievement comes from those failures. You know, my daughter is in a place right now where she says she wants to open a business. Well, I should not laugh, right? That's not nice. But she's doing some kind of shoes or house shoes or something like that. She has ordered so many things and some of them just didn't work out. So today, I think she ordered something that came in last weekend, like a big box came in. And I was excited to see the shoes. And today I was asking her, she said, they were not the right stuff. So I was like, okay. So I wanted to see what she would say. I said, so what are you going to do? You know what she said? She said, I'm going to send it back and reorder it. And I was so happy with her answer, right? Because this is like the second or third time she's ordered stuff and what came in is not what she wanted. But she has not given up. She said, you know what? I'm going to return it. I'm going to reorder it. So let the obstacles not stop us in our path to grow. All right. Now let's talk about some formulas. I like this. Let's talk about the success formula. What is the success formula? Success equals to just a few acts of self-discipline, practice daily over a reasonable period of time. Right? Guys, the best things in life don't come to us. We need to go for them. They don't just roll down the hill to us. We have to climb up to get to them. Right? Success formula. What is success? Success equal to a few acts of self-discipline. It doesn't end there. Self-discipline, you have to practice it every single day, not only for a week, but for a reasonable long period of time. Right? So it's a habit. You're disciplined. You're disciplined today. You're disciplined tomorrow. You're disciplined the next week. You're disciplined next year. It's a consistent act that leads to success. Just like growth, planning to grow, preparing to grow, taking classes like that, like this, taking personal development classes is pushing you to come out of your comfort zone and to grow. Right? If there's a success formula, then there should be a failure formula too, right? What is the failure formula? So failure is just a few errors in judgment. Practice daily over a reasonable period of time. You know, as a man thinketh, so he is. What are you thinking daily? What is in your mind daily? Failure is just a few errors in judgment. I tell people more than ever before you say that word, before you act, before you do that thing, put yourself in perspective, your perspective, the other person's perspective before you act. It starts from your mind. If you have errors in your judgment and you don't fix it, you'll be thinking like that every single day. You'll be judging wrongly every day. Wrong to failure, right? And that's why I'm happy we are here, because the best things in life don't just come to us, we go get them. And that's why you've come here to get it, to get knowledge so you can grow, right? So we will grow together and we will succeed together, okay? The only guarantee that follows tomorrow, the only guarantee that follows that tomorrow will be better is if you are growing today. That's the only guarantee. You know, when I took the financial classes and I became a financial counselor, I wasn't even planning to use it, right? I wasn't even planning anything out of it. But coming to find out, I am using it now. So you spend your time learning something and then you use it later. You might not know why you're learning it, or maybe you're just growing. Like me, I just like to grow and know stuff. But I've realized that every single thing I've learned in the past years, I am using it, right? So the only guarantee to have an effective, fulfilled tomorrow is for you to start growing today, okay? for you to start growing today. And you have started by coming to Positive Outcome, by spending time with us, and by taking this step with us. We must either step forward into growth or backwards into safety. You know, when I talked about myself, I have been in leadership management most of my life. At one point in my life, I had a business, over $1 million or more business, over $2-3 million business. I had stores, 4 stores in the area, right? The economy went down and the business went down. And it was not easy. It was hard, right? But at that moment, I wasn't thinking what I'm thinking now. But now I have learned and grown so much that I feel like I'm even in a better, not that I feel like, I know I'm in a better place right now than when I had the 4 stores. Because I've grown through that process. I've grown through the pain of losing millions of dollars. I've grown through that. I have taken time to pause and reassess that moment and learn, and I've written down what I should have done differently. So now I'm a much better person, you know, and I take better decisions than ever before. So most of the things I have achieved in life, I started getting ready for them before they happen. Okay? I started getting ready for them before they happen. So in my current situation right now, or my job, I started working for this position before I ever thought of the fact that I'll be in this kind of a role. So just learn, just grow. It's going to be helpful. Now, let's go to our worksheet, guys. The first one you have should look like this. It says the law of intentionality. Okay? Like I told you guys, it's 15 laws, but we're just going to do 2 tonight. And this one is law number 1, which means it's the law of intentionality. So have your paper and your pen so that you can fill out the blanks as I'm talking, okay? All right. So personal growth, like I said before, is not a natural process in most people's life. So the answer to that is personal growth is not a natural process. So before we go through the second part of this worksheet, I want to say something about what is a gap. A gap is a mental state. The gaps I'm going to talk about right now is a mental state that make you not to act, for lack of a better word. A gap, if I use the word gap in this lesson, before we fill out this worksheet, a gap is a mental state. It's something in your mind that will make you not to act accordingly. That will stop your growth, put it that way. A gap is a mental state that will stop you not to take the next step. Okay? All right. So let's talk about some of the gaps that can prevent you from growing, that can stand in your way of growing. The first one is assumption gap. Assumption gap. The assumption gap says that I assume I will grow automatically, right? No. You cannot assume that you're just going to grow. You have to take action to grow, like joining this class tonight, right? Means that you have to take action, you have to learn. Like I said it, I have attended so many classes to grow to where I am today, and I will still continue taking classes to grow, okay? The knowledge gap. The knowledge gap says that I don't know how to grow. So you see your mind, all these gaps in your mind is like obstacles that is holding you back from growing. The knowledge gap says, I don't know how to grow. But now you know. Now you've come to positive outcomes and you will grow. The timing gap. You know, I hope you're filling out your sheet. I hope you're filling it out as I'm saying it, right? The timing gap says it's not the right time to begin. The time is never right, guys. That's why I always say you must first arise from your current state. The timing is never right. So don't let the timing gap fool you. It says that it is not the right time to begin. The mistake gap. It says, I am afraid of making mistakes. We will keep making, like Michael Jordan says, you have to fail and fail and fail until you get to true success, right? So don't let the mistake gap stop you. I am afraid of making mistakes. Face the fear factor. You can do it. The perfection gap, I'm telling you, If you know what we have gone through as a company, as positive outcomes, we have gone through a lot. A lot. For those of you that have been following me since 2013, you know, we have gone through a lot to be where we are today. And believe it or not, we still don't know anything. We are still learning and we are still growing. So the perfection gap says, I have to be the best way before I can start. I have to be the best. I have to have everything in place before I can start. No. You have to start. Take action. You must first arise from your current state, believe, ignite it, then you grow. Okay? The inspiration gap. I don't feel like doing it. Believe it or not, there are days where I don't want to do any video. There are days where I don't even want to read. But I know that I have to do it. I have to add value. I have to find the zeal from inside of me, right? So don't let that slow you down. You have the seed inside of you. And you have to believe that you can do it. So wake up after this, motivate yourself, take action, and grow. What are you designed to be? Maybe you just started a nice job as a supervisor. You can be the next manager. You can be the next director. You can be the next administrator, right? Maybe you're a spiritual person and you think you want to start a congregation, you want to start a church. You can do it. Just start. Maybe you want to start a business, right? Just start. I talked about my daughter earlier. She just started it. You know, learn some stuff, Google stuff, learn some stuff, positive outcome. Before we used to beg, plead, pay people to do our video, right? My son figured it out. Work with my husband and we are doing the videos. We have so many videos. We do it from the house. We don't need any extra help. Why? Because we started. And we made a lot of mistakes. All these gaps were in our minds. You know, the time is not right. We'll make a lot of mistakes. We don't have all the equipment. All of that, right? The comparison gaps. Others are better than I am. I am sure others are better than I am. Even now. Even now that I'm teaching you guys, I'm talking to you guys, I am sure others are better than I am. But I know I am unique. And I know you are unique. So we are all unique in our own way. So nothing should stop us, right? So we cannot compare ourselves with others. And the last one is the expectation gap, right? You look at the tree. So these are the gap trees. It's on your screen. I thought it would be easier than this. I know that's when people just say, you know what? That is it. I'm not doing this anymore. Because you start doing it, you think it's going to be easier than this. For example, you want to start a business. You are so excited about it. And then they said, oh, where is your business plan? And you're like, really? I need a business plan? I thought it was going to be easier than this. They asked for something else. Oh my God. They asked for the next thing. Oh my God. Oh my God. I didn't know it was that hard to start a business. Don't let this gap stop you. Look at this tree in your screen. The assumption gap, the knowledge gap, the timing gap, the mistake gap, the perfection gap, inspiration gap, comparison gap. All of this gap, none of them should stop you, okay? If you haven't done so, fill this out. I gave you all the answers while I was talking, right? And the last part of it says preparation, which is growing, which is learning, plus your attitude. When you meet an opportunity, when you are prepared, I am prepared. Like financial class that I took, I was just taking the financial class. I don't know what I was preparing for, but I took the financial classes. And then I had the attitude of growth. I have the mindset of growth. Then I met the opportunity. I was ready to win. I was ready to take it because I had prepared, I had the right attitude, and I met the opportunity. Then I was ready to take action. So preparation plus attitude plus opportunity plus action, it gives you your dream job, the luck you need. All right? So I can only lead you out, guys, but I cannot carry you out. I want it to come from inside of you, fueling the seed inside of you. If you listen to me speak all the time, those are the words I use all the time. I can use this class, we can teach you all the 15 laws. We can lead you, but we cannot carry you through the path. It takes you to arise from your current state. It takes you to ignite. It takes you to believe the seed of greatness inside of you so that you can grow and accomplish something. Okay? So go back and look at the gap tree and see where your gap is. assignment. Look at the gap that you are struggling with. And next to the gap, write down some action plans that you're going to do to fight that gap. Maybe you have the timing gap to start tomorrow. Okay, even tonight if you can. Maybe you have the perfection gap. You already got it. Start with what you have right now. Okay, so go through all the gaps and write action plans next to the one that is affecting you. Remember, I said in the beginning, the best thing in life don't come to us, guys. We have to go for it. And that's why I'm so excited that you guys are here, right? You guys are here with me to learn how you can develop yourself and how you can grow, okay? On the worksheet number 2, right? The worksheet number 2, we're going to answer this question. So have your paper and your pen as we answer this question, all right? Point number 4 there says, making the transition to intentional growth, right? I hope I have explained really well that your growth has to be intentional, that you just don't wake up from the bed and you grow, that you have to push yourself towards it, you have to fight those gaps. Now, let's make that transition, right? Let's act on it. Let's act on it. So let's ask the big question now. Ask the big question now. Do it now. Face the fear factor. Change from accidental to intentional growth. I've given all the answers, guys. I hope you fill out your worksheet. All right. So on page number 2, on the law of intentionality worksheet, that's what I'm talking from right now. Making the transition to intentional growth. Making the transition to intentional growth. A, ask the big question now. What is the big question for you? What is it? Answer it right now. Write it right now. Your big question is that you thought that you were going to grow automatically. No. Maybe your big question was that you're not perfect. No. Maybe your big question is that you will make a mistake. No. Write your question now. Okay? Do it now. What do you have to do? Take action. Write it on your paper. Write it. Do the action right now. Face the fear factor. What are you afraid of? Let me tell you something. I remember years and years ago, probably about, even before I came to the United States, the first time I had to speak to a bunch of people. It was the scariest thing that I could have ever done. I was so worried about it. I was shaking. I was panicking. But you know what? I knew I had to do it because my dad told me to. Okay? So I made a lot of mistakes. But it did not stop me. When I started talking, I started presenting. I started talking, and I will tell you that I have learned so much from 20 years ago, and I am still learning, right? So whatever my fear at that point was, I was anxious. People were looking at me, I was scared. So I faced the fear factor. Write down on your worksheet, what fear factor do you need to face to move to the next level? And then the last part of it is to change from accidental growth to intentional growth. The growth that happens by chance to intentional growth. I'm going to read some of them, okay? For example, for accidental growth, it says plans to start tomorrow. If you're intentionally growing, you insist on starting tomorrow. Or accidental growth, you say wait for growth to come. Intentional growth, take responsibility to grow now. All right? Accidental growth says learns only from mistake. I love this one. If you've heard me talk before, people say experience is the best teacher. Learn from your experience, And sometimes when I say, do people really read? We have to be careful what we say, right? It says the accidental growth is learn only from mistakes. Intentional growth is learns before making mistakes. Why are you going to wait for the experience to learn? Although, yeah, like I said, there are some bad experiences, some failures that we need to come out of it and learn. But if you can learn certain things right now, if you can grow yourself, grow your mind, it's better for you to learn so that you don't have to make the mistake, right? Because the mistake, if you want to wait to make the mistake to learn, the mistake might be very, very costly for you that you don't want to make it. So learn so you can grow. Do you depend on good luck or are you intentional to rely on hard work? All right? Do you quit early and often or do you persevere long and hard? Intentional growth. If you haven't seen this video. I have a video out there about is it the seed that grows, something like that. I have so many videos, guys. I think it's the seed that grows, and I talked about the 3 P's. Peace as in Papa of growth, that you have to go through the process. The second one is that you have to persevere. All right, so you have to persevere through the hard work, through the process. Okay, falls into bad habit or fights for good habit. How do you fall into bad habit? You might just have peer pressure. Hey, let's go do this thing, and you go do it, and it's a bad thing, and you do it, and then you do it again. It becomes a habit. Or you fight for the success formula, self-discipline, the good behavior. It becomes a habit. Discipline becomes a habit that you do it. Okay, talk big. I'm gonna own a $1 million home. I'm gonna buy myself a Lamborghini, but you're not doing anything towards it. Or are you intentionally following through? I'm going to buy myself a $1 million home. I'm going to study this. I'm going to take this. I'm going to end this. I'm going to hope for this. I'm going to grow this. I'm going to grow this to get to that outcome. This is positive outcome. It's all about getting to the outcome effectively, consistently, to maintain and sustain the growth. Okay? Plays it safe. It takes the risk. Some of you guys looking at me right now, you're taking risks to be here. Maybe some of you left work early. Maybe some of you have a nanny hired tonight to take care of the kids, or maybe the kids are in the background, you're writing stuff down. You're taking risks to grow you, and I appreciate that you guys did that, right? Some people want to play it safe, but you guys are taking the risk, intentional growth. Some people think like a victim, or you can be intentional to think as a learner. When something happens to you, do you become to say, oh my God, worry about it, call everybody around, or do you say, why did this happen? How can I learn from it? Intentional growth, okay? Relies on talent or relies on your character. What is your character when it comes to growth? Are you intentional about learning? Are you intentional about growing? Then stops learning after graduation. That's accidental growth. You stop learning, high school is done, I am done. Or you never stop learning. Use me as an example, right? I finished high school, finished first degree, finished a doctorate program, but I have been learning every single day of my life. As of February this year, that's when I had another license put in under my name. So, and that's been lifetime learning, okay? So look at the tree of the gap, and remember that the best things in life, they don't just come. You have to go, and you have to run, and you have to get it, all right? So that is the worksheet for the growth one. We're gonna talk briefly about the law of pain, right? We're going to talk briefly about the law of pain. So, and I want you to listen to this really carefully. Good management of bad experiences lead to great growth. Good management. Good management of bad experiences, it leads you to great growth. It was a bad experience, talking about my business, millions of dollars that we lost, right? 5 kids. My husband and I were both not working. We all put every effort we put it into our business. But guess what we are today? Because we learned. We learned certain things that we can't do it anymore. In our current business, believe it or not, we are doing way more better. In our current situations, we are doing way more better because we learned from the bad experiences. You said earlier that you did not like pain. You did not even love pain. You wanted to avoid pain. But guess what? That is where your secret is. In that pain, learn from it. In that pain, grow from it and get to your outcome. Okay? Listen to this. Every problem, I don't know if I said this in the beginning. Every problem introduces a person to himself. Sometimes the only way you know you is by going through that situation. Every problem introduces a person to himself. The only way you know who you are, self-awareness, mastering yourself, is only when you are facing a situation. Everyone has bad experience. I don't know about, maybe you're one of the unique special people that don't have the bad experiences, but I know I've had tons and tons of them, and I've learned from every single one of them. And that's why I want to talk to you guys about it. That situation that you find yourself in right now, there is something that you can learn from it. Learn from it. Pain is again unavoidable. We cannot avoid pain. Okay? So there are 3 sets of people. Some of us will avoid it. I will never fly. There are some people that will never get on the flight, on the plane, because they don't want to fly. They will never fly. There are even people that don't drive. right? Or some of us will deal with it. Oh, I just have to do it, like reluctantly. Oh my God, I have to do it. You know, at least that's better than avoiding it. Then we have the third set of people that embraces the fear. You guys are the leaders. Sometimes when I say leaders, it doesn't mean that you must be a manager somewhere or have a title somewhere. You can lead yourself. You can lead your family. You can lead the church. You can lead your community. You can lead your children. There's so many. Leadership is a core part of our being, right? So you can choose to avoid it. You can choose to deal with it, or you can embrace it. Pain is unavoidable. Embrace it. My plea to you guys tonight is embrace the pain, learn from it, write down action plan, and make some changes in your life. Okay? So now, just like the intentional growth had some gap, pain too has some should have, could have, would have. Meaning that things will come to your mind, guys. I'm telling you, our minds is something that we have to guard it with fear and trembling. Our minds, we have to be careful, because things will show up in our mind that will stop us from taking the next level, right? We have a pain file. There are some people that will take the pain and keep it. Oh, this happened to me, I'll never do that again. That happened to me, I should have done that. I could have done that. This could have happened, right? So face your pain. You know, the pain gaps, the pain files, and this one is the pain files. It says the pain of incompetence. You said, I should have seen this coming. I should have known this. I should have studied better. This is the pain of incompetence. The pain of financial loss. If I could only get back. I lost financially and I got back. So I don't want to hear no should have, could have, would have. The pain of financial loss, if I could have, I will get back. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Wake up and get back. The pain of not being number one. I will be at the top if I don't want to hear if or would have or could have. Arise and make change. Take an action. The pain of change. They don't know what they are doing. They should have. Listen to me. All of that stuff is your mind stopping your breakthrough. It's your mind standing in the way of your breakthrough. So walk away from those pain files and take action. Please, no I should have, no I could have, no I would have, none of that stuff. Let's just take action. Because you know why? You can choose to become bitter or better. Okay, the choice is yours. You can choose through all your pain files that you have. You can choose to become a bitter person or a better person. Guys, the choice is yours. Okay? So now, what I want to achieve tonight is to let you know that you can change your pain into gain. How do you change your pain into gain? Right? Have a positive mindset. Like I said, embrace it. Embrace the challenge. Embrace the bad experience. Embrace it because it's already there. It's unavoidable. It's going to happen. Right? So have a positive lifestyle. So how am I going to change this? It's okay. I'm going to go through this. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. We can make it through. Right? Embrace the values of the bad experience. Listen to the word value. Every experience is teaching you something. Right? Take your pen down. Every experience you're going through is teaching you something. Embrace the values of it. Take a paper and a pen and write down what I have learned through the process. Write it down and then you make changes. I went through this bad relationship. Why? What happened? I did not have my limitations, right? I did not have my limitations. I drank too much that night. Next time I will not drink that much. Whatever the situation may be, write, some of the values and then write down some of the changes. That is an assignment. Go through your pain files. Go through your lifetime failures and identify the values that you have learned through all of them, and also write down the changes that you will make in your life to move forward. I love this part, okay? You learned you so much. You learned yourself so much when you go through this process, and you never come out the same. You always come out as a better person, okay? I'm going to ask you guys this question, and think before you answer. And you don't have to answer right now, but I want to ask you guys this question, okay? The question I want to ask you guys is that, how do you deal with pain? Really? If there's a situation that is really hurtful to you, how do you deal with pain? Do you just sleep in bed all day? Or just drink yourself through it? Or do you have a source? Like, me, I just love to worship. Praise God. What do you do? How do you deal with pain? Okay? Do you avoid it all at all costs? Or endure it because you have to? Do you avoid it? This is the first one. Do you avoid it? Number two, do you endure it because you have to, not because you want to, right? So you avoid the pain, you endure the pain because you have to, not because you want to. Or do you embrace the pain and you stay positive? Rate yourself, okay? Rate yourself. And if you embrace the pain, great job, right? But if you avoid it, I want to encourage you. Face your pain and learn from it. If you are dealing with it because you have to, I want you to change it to because I want to. Change have to want to. That is the only way you can have that life-changing lesson from the pain and the process, all right? So now, we've heard so much about pain. Moving forward, what are you going to do? What are we going to do moving forward? Moving forward, you get to that point when, it's a lot. Get input from others. I love the fact that you're part of this class. I personally have taken so many personal development classes like this one. So many. I have mentors. I have accountability partners. Get input from others. Get a coach. Someone you can reach out to help you. That's point number one. Point number two, understand your emotions. Understand your you. Be aware of you in that pain. Why am I feeling this way? Why is my mind telling me this? Why is all of this going on? Why is my energy like that? Understand your emotions and identify the specific change that you want to have. In all of this stuff, in all of these emotions, how do I want to feel? What is the outcome that I desire? How do I want to come out of this situation? Above all, this is personal growth. You take action to get to the positive action. You take action to get to the positive outcome. Positive outcome, that's what we are. That is the whole thing, right? You think about it. You seek for help. You figure yourself out. You ask, what do I want out of it? You take action. You make some changes and you change your life, okay? Like I said, there are 15 laws and this is just 2. And we are going through these 2 very, very fast, right? There are 15 laws. The law of pain, like I said again, good management of bad experiences leads to great growth. Good management of that experience. Think about your experience you're going through right now. Think about the shame. I remember I was ashamed one time when I went somewhere and I did not perform the way I wanted to perform. I didn't feel good about myself. But I managed it by being better. I managed it by being the best. And I keep managing it by keep learning to be the best. Right? So whatever situation you find yourself, arise. Manage the situation. Come out of it and grow. Okay? Come out of it and grow. Like I said in the beginning, every problem introduces a person to themselves. Everything that you're going through, it helps you to know you. It helps you to know you better. It helps you to know how you act in certain things better. So, facing difficulties is inevitable. Learning from them is optional. Guys, you guys want to make me happy tonight? Learn from them, okay? Facing difficulties is inevitable. Learning from them is optional. Please do me a favor. Learn. Go and look through your pain paths. Go through your gaps in your mind of intentional growth and take them out and write things down and learn from them because you have the option to do it. And I believe that you can do it. I believe in you positive outcomes and I believe that you can do it. All right, we're going to round up in a minute. So our next worksheet is the one on pain. The law of pain, the law of pain, the law of pain. So let's answer these questions, okay? The law of pain. Number 1, it says, we already discussed this quote. Every problem introduces a person to himself. We've talked about that. So I'm going to go to the next part, okay? Number 2, the truth about bad experiences. The truth about bad experiences is that A, every single one has them.
Everyone has bad experiences. B, no one likes them. Nobody wants a bad experience, right? But everyone has them. C, few make bad experiences positive experiences. And positive outcomers, you are the few. What did I say? Say, I am the few. Say it loud. Say it again. Say, I am the few. You are the few that will turn your bad experiences into positive experiences. Now, go to the third point at the bottom. Let's talk about the pain file, okay? The pain of inexperience. I have never been through it before. Fill it out. B, the pain of incompetence. I should have seen that coming. C, the pain of disappointment. I wish it had never happened. D, the pain of conflict. Human encounter doesn't feel good. I love that. The pain of change. I didn't want that to happen. F, the pain of bad health. I lost when I thought I would always have. The pain of hard decision. You can't make everyone happy. The pain of financial loss. If I could only get that back. The pain of relationship losses. Some people will grow in a different direction than I. The pain of not being number one. I deserve to be there. K, the pain of traveling. When I am away, I feel. L, the pain of responsibility. They expect so much from me. I give you guys all the answers, so fill it out, okay? How to turn your pain into gain. That's the last section of this worksheet. Page number 2. How to turn your pain to gain. A, choose a positive life stand. B, embrace and develop your creativity. Your creativity, your uniqueness, your passion. C, embrace the values of your bad experience. Page number 3. D, make good changes after learning from bad experiences. And E, wake up, take responsibility of your life. Okay? So that is the law of pain and the law of intentional growth. I know that is a lot of information, and I am so happy that you want to grow. I am so happy that you want to make a change in your life, and I'm happy that you've joined me tonight. Okay, so like I said in the beginning, this book has 15 laws. We have done 2, right? At Positive Outcomes, we are offering a class, okay? A class that we're going to cover all the 15 laws. It's probably going to be about, we're going to meet weekly, and it starts August the 3rd. The class will start on August the 3rd. We're going to meet weekly for 4 to 5 weeks, I think. I'll get the specifics later from my team. So I want you to be part of it, all right? Normally, this class is $150 per person. But because of COVID-19 and because of the zeal to make us grow, the zeal to make us come out of our comfort zone, I want to teach you guys all these 15 laws. I want to be your personal mentor, your personal coach through all those 15 laws. And I'm going to cut down the cost by 50%. All right? By 50%. So instead of registering for this course and paying $150, it's going to be $75. If you watch this video, I'm going to send a link right after this, and I think the link will be up for 24 hours or so for you to go in and register for the course to start in August. We are going to go through the entire 15 laws. We're going to take our time. We're going to be live, so we're going to be talking to each other, and I will be there to answer your questions. We are also going to be doing a leadership course. If you're a new manager, a new supervisor, you want to grow as a minister of the gospel, you want to grow your congregation, you want to grow at your job, whatever the case may be, how to communicate with people, how to talk with people. Like I always say, everybody communicates if you connect, right? So please join our tribe. Click on the link that I will send on your email and be part of the learning process. It's usually $150, but I'm giving 50% off right now, and we're going to do the classes for $75 per person. Okay, we're going to go through all the 15 laws. We went through 2 of them, but it was very, very fast. All right. Now, I want to wrap up. Okay, to give away anything less than your best is to sacrifice your gift. I want you to give yourself the gift of learning, the gift of growing, the gift of taking out the best in you, right? So visit Positive Outcome, click on the link that I'll send to your email, and be part of the class to grow. All right? So I am really, really excited that I have finally come to an end. I know it's a lot of information, but I am happy. I hope you guys have really, 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 really learned something, okay? Because even though I am the one teaching, I also learn every single day. So take time, absorb it, reach out, email, inbox, let me know what questions you guys have, all right? And before I end, right, I always say this, we must always first arise from our current state. What state are you in right now? What gap are you in? What is in your mind? What fear factor do you need to face? What pain file do you need to deal with? What should have, could have, would have are you dealing with? Arise from that state. And believe that you have the potential inside of you. You have that seed of greatness inside of you. Believe in it, and then you can ignite it. Ignite that seed by coming to take classes like this, by enrolling in our class of personal growth, all the leadership, so you can ignite that seed to grow. To grow, and when you start growing, guess what? You start accomplishing your goals. You start getting to the outcome. You start accomplishing your desires. And when you accomplish it, you turn around, you invest more and more, because you have to sustain the growth, right? You invest more and more until a point where you start leading yourself. Not only yourself, you start leading everyone around you. At that point, you have past success and you're living a life of significance and fulfillment. So arise and join the movement, moving from nothing to success to significance. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you guys so much, so much, so much, so much. Get some nice water and drink, and take time to go through your worksheet and absorb the teaching for tonight. Bye-bye. Thank you.